Meet the Subaru Levorg, a compact estate car with a sporty edge. Now, it's worth pointing out that this car looks better in the metal than it does in pictures, recalling sportier versions of the old Subaru legacy. And that's no coincidence either, because that's precisely the car the Levorg is designed to replace. As an estate, you get a big boot, plus you can fold the rear seats completely flat to increase load space. Compared with Subaru's other estate cars, the Levorg is actually quite small on the outside, but there's still room for 4 adults, even though these front seats are quite chunky, and a child can sit in the middle seat. However, with the Levorg being 4-wheel drive, you do have this large transmission tunnel running down the centre of the car, compromising space for anybody in the middle seat. Subaru only offers the Levorg in one trim level called GT, boasting its most luxurious interior to date. There's some decent leather and a good touchscreen system, but nothing really in here that's going to have Audi or BMW losing any sleep. Note the scratchy plastics and the horrible fiddly trip computer sitting on top of the dash. I'm going to have to speak up today because there's rather a lot of tyre noise in here, which is a little bit annoying. And it's usually at this point I would tell you about the various different engine and gearbox options. Not with this car. If you want one of these, you get a 1.6 litre turbocharged petrol engine with CVT automatic gearbox. Producing 168 horsepower, the flat-4 engine propels the Levorg from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 8.9 seconds and is said to return 40 miles per gallon. However, we've been getting nowhere near that claimed fuel economy. At best 35 and more typically in the late 20s. And it's not like the Levorg is particularly quick either. And being a CVT, it holds on to the revs when you accelerate, which won't be to everybody's taste. Subaru has fitted gear shift paddles and a set of false ratios in an attempt to mask the characteristics of the CVT. But for anybody expecting the fireworks of an old legacy Spec B, this thing is going to be hugely disappointing. It does, however, make up some ground when it comes to handling. It shares some of its hardware with the WRX STI hot hatch, which means it turns in sharply, has plenty of grip and feels agile. There is, however, a trade-off for this stiff suspension, and that is it can be a little jarring at slow speeds. Talking of low-speed driving, the Levorg is not the easiest of cars to manoeuvre because there's a little bit of a delay between pressing the throttle and the car actually doing something. Which means when it comes to parking, you will definitely make use out of the parking sensors and the reversing camera. If the Levorg is a difficult car to recommend on merit, then a price tag of £28,000 certainly seals its fate. Okay, you get a comprehensive range of equipment and reliability of Subarus is right up there. However, there are far more compelling options from the likes of Volkswagen, Audi and BMW. Perhaps with a manual gearbox and more compliant suspension, it would be an easier car to recommend. However, at this price and with only one configuration on offer, we suspect this Subaru will fail to make much of an impression. But before you go anywhere, don't forget to subscribe to the Telegraph Cars YouTube channel by clicking here, and to read in-depth reviews of other new cars on the market, visit the Telegraph Cars website by clicking here.